All right, ladies, I did it. I used Snowflake Sentiments with soft suede, and this is what I came up with. Not a bad idea. And I did the inside in the envelope. Join me in the craft room, and I'll show you how. Let's get started. For our card today, you're going to need a scrap piece of Very Vanilla. I just pulled out one that I had messed up on scoring, and I'm going to use that. You need a piece of Very Vanilla that's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and a piece of soft suede that's 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. You need your card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. You need an envelope. Mine's off to the side. I got last week Snowflake Sentiments. I'm going to be using this snowflake and this snowflake on my card. I'm also going to use the Swirly Snowflakes thinlits, and I'm using that snowflake and that swirl. I have my soft suede ink, and it's got to have some bling, so I've got my rhinestones. All right, first thing I want to do, and I pulled this out, and I don't remember, oh, I know why. I'll use it. It's a scrap piece of paper. I don't necessarily need it right now. First thing I want to do is I want to stamp my large snowflake right in the center. Oh, that's why I needed it. I'm off stamping because this is really dark. All right, so I want a second generation. All right, and it doesn't matter that it's off kilter. This is going to be mounted on here. Next thing I need to do is I need to go cut out my 2 pieces from my scrap paper. I'm going to be doing some more sponging and all, so I'm going to leave my paper here. I have my 2 pieces cut out, so I'm going to take, let's see, I don't have much ink on there. I don't want much, but I'm just going to kind of dab it on to give it a vintage look. And by stamping off like that, it just takes away some of the harshness. And I'm going to do the same thing with the edges of this. And I'm kind of angling my sponge more flat versus up and down so that I'm going in some into the card stock. See how I've come in? You do that flat and flick it off. If you want just the edges, you do this. And I'm going to go back and do just the edges to make it a little darker. So I have that and that. And I'm going to do some more stamping on here. This is my card base. So I'm getting my card base set up. All right, and I'm gonna, I always fold it and score it because then I see that line and I don't want to, I don't want to go past it, so to speak. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I'm going to move that out of the way, or I'm going to have that on all over me and everything else. And I'm going to do third and I think I'm going to do 4th generation. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want it subtle. All right, let's see if I have enough. If I put the 2 of these together, I think I'm gonna, let me see. That one hardly shows. I should have planned that one better. Oh well, I'll stick it there. There we go. All right, let's get this card put together. First thing I need to do is, and I'm going to do it on here only because I don't want the glue on my mat. I'm going to put dots of glue on the back. Oh, you know what? I I can only do pieces of it. Just thinking about how I'm going to do the card. And I'm not getting glue out. There it comes. I don't want to stick it down. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm out. Oh, there it comes. See, I knew it would happen. And this one, I'm only going to do pieces. I may need to add more later. All right, I'm going to move this so that it set it aside so it can dry. And I'll get this one put together. Sometimes it takes longer to make the card because for pieces like that, the glue has to set. Now, I did not put a sentiment on this, mainly because I don't want a sentiment. That way I can use it. Excuse me. That way I can use it for other times of the year. You know, I can use it in January and February when it's snowy versus having to use it at Christmas because the sentiments are Christmas. All right, let's get our dimensionals on the back. And I need to put some in the center because this one is a larger. Of course, now I can't find any of my. Oh, here's one I can cut. I have a bunch of these cut, and whenever I need them, I can't find them. It never fails. All right, I'm going to put one here and one here. All right, let me get the backs off of this. Took my backs off, and I'm all set to stick this down. Let's see how my pieces look, if they've set enough. No, they need a little bit longer to dry, so I'm going to give them a few minutes to dry. I think these have set enough. I'm going to take this. No, I want this first. This is going to go underneath, and it's going to be a little swirl. And then this is going to go on top like so that I have a little embellishment there. And now it's time for my rhinestones. And I'm not worried about that too much because it's thin enough that I don't have to worry about it bending. It'll come back up when you take it out. All right, so let's get some rhinestones on here for some bling. And I am going to sprinkle them throughout. And remember, I'm working in odd numbers. There we go. And while I was waiting for those to set, I stamped the inside and the envelope. Let's find out what we're going to do next week. I'm mixing it up. Okay. I'm going to be doing Petal Palette. And let's see what we're going to do color-wise. If I get all the neutrals out of the way. Oh, Pool Party. Okay. So, I hope you've enjoyed my card today. That you'll join me next week when I do Petal Palette and Pool Party. If you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. Share it so that everybody can see how we can create fun cards using one stamp set and one color. Have a great day.